All right, we're going to be looking at our textbook today, and our textbook is only available through Clever. And so we're going to go to my website, and from here, let me go and maximize that. And you can go and click on Clever, and from here we'll log into our EUSD account. And in this case, you're going to log in with your full password. And from here, we'll go into our Clever. And in Clever will be our textbook, McGraw-Hill. So it's a little bit of a process, but if you're already signed in to your EUSD account on your laptop, or I'm sorry, your iPad, you'll be good to go. So we're going to go ahead and click on McGraw-Hill. And there's tons of really great resources available in McGraw-Hill. It is a highly interactive textbook. And all my years of teaching, so we're talking almost 25 years now, I would say it's the best history textbook that I've used because it fully takes advantage of technology. And so today I assigned students 3 different lesson review resources, study tools, and one of those would be an identification game based on Chapter 1, Lesson 3. So let's go ahead and look at this for a moment. Your child's view is going to be a little different than what my view is, but it's going to be almost identical in terms of this part right here. And so we can quickly look and go, okay, so tariff is taxes on goods. And you can see the Columbian exchange over here. Exchange of people and different things. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I want to just show you that this is an excellent tool and it's a great reference for reviewing Chapter 1, Lesson 3. And so I'm going to get out of that. So let's go back to our assignments. And actually, I'm just going to go to the dashboard since those are right there. So we looked at the identification game. Let's look at flashcards. So these are tools that years ago would have taken massive amounts of time to create in a paper format. And today, because of technology, it's simple for me to assign. And hopefully students take full advantage of these excellent resources. So you can see that these are the different terms that the lesson went over. And if they wanted to know what an entrepreneur is, starts a new business, you can see what mercantilism is. The nation's power depends on its ability to increase wealth. You can see capitalism, private citizens and companies own the means of production. And the list goes on and on about the different vocabulary that a student can do. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this, and I'm going to go back to the dashboard. And we're going to look at the final self-check quiz, which was also a great resource that was just handed out. And self-check quiz. By the way, these are the typical lesson resources that I can assign for students to fully take advantage of reviewing the content that they went over. Usually we'll be using the SmartBook when they gain these different activities. Let me go ahead and open the self-check quiz. And all of these things are going to help when they have an assessment. So right over here, take the self-check quiz to go over understanding economic system in which people invest their money in businesses to make profits is called, and I'm going to say capitalism, but let's say they thought it was wrong and they can go to another thing, but we know capitalism is the answer, and we would go to the second, and so forth. Usually there's 10 assigned questions in a self-check quiz. So it's been my pleasure having you go over these resources. And before we leave, let's quickly just look at the dashboard again. And students should be working 2 times a week on something called the Smart Book. So you can see this is the lesson that was due today. And as long as they do it, they're good to go. And there's essentially, even if they do it wrong, incorrectly at first, they can always get 100% on the assignment. So I'd highly urge them to do a good job on this. This is going to be a very typical routine activity. And there we have it. So that's McGraw-Hill, only available through the Clever portal. Thanks again, everybody.